Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Nerdarchy is being taken over by Comic Book University. So we're going to get into a little bit of a preview of what's going to happen in the FASERIP game. We're going to get over into a little bit of the description that I give of some kind of an update in regards to the FASERIP game. We're going to get into what exactly is happening on my channel as far as the explained in minutes that I'm doing. And on top of that, the spotlight some story, which I'm of particular in love with. But first, let's get into this. All right, guys, so to start off with the comic book collection, what we got here is we got Dark Knight's Metal, issue number 4 of 6. So the entire universe has gone crazy, all right? There's a dark multiverse that nobody even knew existed. And at the very end of this, something particularly incredible happens. Well, you guys might not agree, but I personally am a huge Hawkman fan. And yeah, on Christmas, that's when Hawkman Found comes out. Hawkman is coming back to the DC Universe. And right now, it looks like he's about to take out Superman. What? Impossible, you say? Nah, take another look. This is nuts. Guys, on top of that, we've got Superman issue number 37, which is part 1 of the Super Sons of Tomorrow. Check this out. Yes. So we've got part 1 of, I believe this is supposed to be a 5-issue miniseries, mini crossover event, which involves somebody from the past, somebody from the future, actually, Tim Drake of the future, coming back from 20 years in the future to kill Superboy. Yeah, it's a little bit messed up there. And part 1 is absolutely nuts. And to wait for part 2, that actually happened this week also. Part 2 actually dropped on the exact same week. This is Super Sons, issue number 11. So what we have here is we get to see this incredible issue, exactly why he's supposed to come back and kill him. And yeah, he's actually talking about killing a little boy. Like he's, 11 years old, something like that? Incredible, incredible. Guys, moving over to a couple of Marvel titles, we got Champions, issue number 15. This one settles the 6-issue crossover event between Champions and the Avengers, where Vision actually dies. She kind of comes back, but this is going to signify something of the end of a particular team, and we're going to see a new team start up when we return. So, some old members, but a couple of new members too. On top of that, guys, this is probably the best Marvel comic that's out currently in print, but it's going to end soon. This is Defenders, issue number 8. Guys, Brian Michael Bendis is writing this, and it's just, if you liked the Defenders TV series on Netflix, let me tell you something. You'd like it more if it was this story. This is an absolutely amazing story. We've got the most incredible things happening in here. It's such a wonderful blend of the old and the new, and it's insane. There's laughter, there's joy, there's suicide. It's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, The Mighty Thor, issue number 702. I think that we're 3 issues away now of Jane Foster dying. That's right. She's about to die. Does that mean that the Thor is actually going to die too? The persona non grata? Not sure. Not sure. But this is one of those kind of comics that you'll read it and you might stop and choke up a little bit. They're really pulling at your heartstrings in this one. Oh, there's another one that's actually worse in some regards, but we'll get to there. Guys, issue number 18 of X-Men Gold. Kurt Wagner, the incredible Nightcrawler, yeah, he's not doing so good in this one. He just teleported into a huge statue. Turns out that statue is an actual physical walking, talking god, and he's not too happy that he was just teleported into. Yeah, no, seriously, like that really happens. And in the negative zone, to make it even worse. Okay, guys, Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 1, The Thing and Human Torch. Marvel 2-in-1 was probably, if you said, Professor Bill, if you were stranded on a desert island with one entire run of a comic book series, what would it be? I would probably say Fantastic Four, just because it's the longest and it's got so much history in it. But if you said you get a second one instead, I would say, you know what? Give me Marvel 2-in-1. Because that was just such an incredible run. It had so much story in it. And Ben Grimm was teaming up with somebody new in every single issue. Well, here we got Ben Grimm and the Human Torch waiting for the return of the Fantastic Four. That's right, we got the rights back. Marvel got the rights back. So they're coming back. They're probably going to come back in here. And we're going to have all sorts of guest appearances in here also. And this is This really was a great issue. This was amazing. I loved this. Guys, same author, Chip Zdarsky, Marvel 2-in-1, and Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 298. We actually have a guest appearance by the Black Panther. Yeah, he's not actually beating up on Spider-Man. That's just the cover. It's the clickbait. But no, really good stuff happening in here. And somebody gets offered to have permanent stay in Wakanda. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 149. This is ending. We got like 2, maybe 3 more issues of I think 2 more issues of this. In the next issue, it's supposed to herald the return of Adam Warlock. Yeah, and you might notice what's on top of there about the whole Infinity War thing. Yeah, the Infinity Quest. Guys, they're finding they just found one of the very first Infinity Stones in this, the Power Gem. And it's the size of a small apartment high-rise. Yeah, like that. Incredible power. There's actually a planet revolving around it, which is kind of weird. So, yeah, with Thanos about to do what he's going to do and Adam Warlock returning, absolutely nuts. Guys, there's a bunch of other comics out, including Tales of Suspense, issue number 100, which I didn't get physically, but I should have. Hopefully they still got some more when I go back. This is Hawkeye and the Winter Soldier teaming up with each other. And it's a great book, absolutely great book. And the letters page in the end, because it's issue number 100, but issue number 99 came out back in like 1969 or something like that. Maybe 1968, whatever it is. They leave all those old original letters that were supposed to come out with that particular issue. They bring them into this one. So they actually talk about like, hey, do you think we'll ever land on the moon? It's hysterical. Even the letter pages is great, so I'm going to recommend it. But this one right here, A Cry Fest, issue number 383 of Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. But he's not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore. Loki is the Sorcerer Supreme. And yeah, that's Doctor Strange looking up at Yggdrasil, the world tree from Norse mythology. He visits Asgard and he asks for power from the world tree. Just a little bit. Because Loki wound up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme over him in a very debaucherous fashion. What's really cool about this, and what actually brings the tear fest in this one, like this was actually an actual choke-up moment for me. The sacrifice, the offering that he has to give to Yggdrasil for that power. Dude, no way. Comics should not make you choke up like that, like dry heaving a little bit. It was really sad, especially if you read the previous 2 issues. Forget about it. Absolutely nuts. This right here, guys, this was an amazing comic book. I highly recommend it. Finally, in my actual in-hand list is Quantum and Woody. This is about to be a Netflix series right here, and this is a fantastic... If you don't know who Quantum and Woody are, basically, Quantum and Woody, they're adopted brothers, and once every 24 hours, they have to bang their little metal cuffs together, otherwise the quantum sphere will actually rip them apart and send them as random information particles throughout the universe. But they have really cool powers that they've actually learned how to use in tandem. But one's a little nuts and one's a little bit too serious. And the goat, yeah, this is a Jaws homage cover. This is actually exclusive to Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles. So there were only 500 of these made, and I've got one. I did not get it signed, though, by the artist, so there's that. But nonetheless, this is a great issue from Valiant. This is issue number 1. Guys, good idea to jump on this, just so you have an idea of what they are, who they are, when you watch the Quantum and Woody series on Netflix. Just saying. Just saying. If I had to recommend anything else, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman Part 2, issue number 2. Bane has come over into the Turtle universe and he's uniting the Foot Clans. And on top of that, and that's a digital comic for me, so is Dark Ark, issue number 4. Guys, basically, Moses wasn't the only one with an ark. Satan made an ark also with all the evil, fantastical creatures and 2 unicorns stuck on there. And the vampires seem to be trying to take over. And Shrey, the Grand Sorcerer, who is basically the Noah version, he was summoned by Satan himself to lead this ark. And he says, everything must survive. Otherwise, you will not be forgiven for your sins and you will serve me forever. But you get a free pass if you get all these guys, once this 40 days, 40 nights, and they don't know how long it's going to be. Nobody knows. So, you get them to shore. You get a free pass for all the sins, all the crimes that you've done. And his family is involved also. So this is a really big deal. The highest stakes imaginable, you know, your soul, your family's soul. Yeah, this is actually a really good comic, guys. I'm highly recommending it. Anyway, all that to the side, I'm doing a whole bunch of Explained in a Minute for the New Mutants. So the New Mutants movie, even though Disney had bought Fox, I don't know if the Dark Phoenix movie, which is supposed to be part 1 in a new trilogy for the X-Men series, is going to be released. I honestly do not know. My money right now is on no, it will not be released. I don't think they're going to do that. It would just screw everything up. I think they'd rather just start fresh from there. However, the New Mutants, that I believe that they may actually just release, because why wouldn't they? It's supposed to be really good. It looks really good. It looks like it could be a great start. I think they'll keep the cast and all that stuff, and I think they'll actually continue making stuff. And it's going to be based on the Demon Bear series. More specifically, I am now explaining all of the major original New Mutants, and I'm going to be explaining a couple of the New Mutants, like one of them that'll actually be in the movie for sure, and another one that is just a fan favorite. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just did Feral, I did Sunspot, I did Cannonball, and just put out, not Mirage. Mirage is coming up soon. I just put out Karma. On top of that, I did a little story explanation, spotlight on story for Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 100, double-sized. They have some good stuff in there about the first time that Black Panther and Storm met, but on top of that, it's the first appearance of Karma, and it's pretty good. Great explanation of her character. Has a little team up with Spider-Man and the entirety of the Fantastic Four. Herbie the Robot's not in there. Sorry, guys. I can't do everything for you. Anyway, also an appearance by a few of the X-Men. That's also pretty interesting. Guys, finally, we're going to get into my little taste of what you can expect in the Marvel FASERIP explanation. Take a look at, some of these charts here. You're talking about you've got some serious formal training. When you've got excellent, you're talking about somebody like Cyclops, who goes into the danger room and practices all the time. Take a look at Remarkable. If you've got remarkable agility, you're talking about somebody like Hawkeye. Hawkeye, who is just the expert marksman. Iron Man, who's got that suit that enhances his agility. Incredible? Again, incredible is the best that a human can get for agility. Amazing is the best for fighting. So guys, that's all I've got for this week, and I will see you next week. Hey, have a really good holiday. Enjoy all that good stuff, and I'll see you in 2018, which sounds longer than it actually will be, but I'll still be taking over Nerdarchy at that time. All right, guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.